So many good candidates here for Player of the Year. Lindsey Pulliam, Naz Hillman, not on this graphic. We look at these as kind of the top candidates. When you think of Narella Garantes, you saw the shot that she hit, her 36-point performance, the game winner against Ohio State, the best showing for a conference game this year. Kathleen Doyle averaged more points than she ever has in her career this year, led the Big Ten in scoring for at least the first part of the Big Ten season. And Kyla Charles, her last 12 games, she averaged 18.5 points per game and 8.5 rebounds per game. So with all that in consideration, I personally thought that this year there might be a split vote between the media and the coaches. But no, it was a consensus. And Iowa's Kathleen Doyle is your Big Ten Player of the Year. It's actually the third straight year that Iowa has a Player of the Year when you go back to Megan Gustafson. And it's the sixth time that the program has had that honor. So we bring in Kathleen Doyle, and I don't know if you were thinking the same thing about so many people talking about so many different players, but Kathleen, I'm curious how you were told and what your reaction was.
Yeah, I was obviously really excited. There are so many great players in the Big Ten this year, especially. But I was told that I had an interview with the Big Ten Network, which is true, but they didn't tell me that it was for Player of the Year. I didn't even know that it was coming out today. So I just walked into the offices to go get Coach Bluter, and she told me that I was the Player of the Year, and I couldn't believe it. I was so excited.
Your career numbers are up, points per game, assists per game, some of your shooting percentages. How did you approach personally this season?
I was just trying to be the best teammate and leader that I could be from start to finish and really go out strong senior year. And I was just going to play hard every single possession and try to control what I can control. And we've had a really great year when a lot of people didn't expect it. And I'm just really proud of the way we fought all Big Ten season.
You were kind of the hot name for Player of the Year, especially at the beginning of the Big Ten season. I'm curious, what did you learn from watching your teammate, Megan Gustafson, kind of handle all of that attention throughout the conference year?
Yeah, Megan was a great example. She just handled all the attention that she got with such grace and humility, and I just try to emulate that. I just give so much credit for my teammates and my coaches that this doesn't happen without them, that's for sure. Team success definitely brings individual success, but Megan was just always so humble, and I really appreciated that about her, so just brought that same energy into the season.
Well, you know, you're nice and calm here in this interview, but it's not necessarily the Kathleen Doyle that we're used to seeing on the court. We've seen fist pumps. We've seen a muscle flex. Do you have anything prepared that's new or different come the Big Ten tournament time for us?
Whatever happens, happens. I can't control it. I just wear my emotions on my sleeve, and sometimes it just happens like that, I guess.
Well, that's part of what makes you, I think, as a lovable as a kind of player, is that kind of emotion that we love to see. Well, Kathleen, I'm glad you finally found out. Congratulations, and thank you for the time.
Thank you so much.
Just your everyday where you show up to the coaches' offices and you learn your Player of the Year.
Yeah, that's not a bad Monday, I guess you would say. You know, you got to give credit to Kathleen Doyle. She's had such a tremendous year for Iowa, and, you know, she was right. A lot of people didn't think that they would have the year that they're having, you know, with losing, you know, previous Big Ten Player of the Year and Megan Gustafson. But Kathleen Doyle has been that player to kind of lead this team, and she's their engine. You know, they feed off of her energy, off her swag, and her numbers are up, you know, her points per game, her rebounds per game, her assists per game. And I think, you know, she's just played, you know, with so much poise, and she's led this team all year long.